I know this is controversial, and I probably may get a lot of hate for saying this, but I don't really care, because surprisingly, a lot of women just don't get it. Let me get this straight. It was never his fancy car, his millions worth of property, his Rolex, or his designer outfits. The one and only reliable indicator is his woman. This concept stems from ancient times when Julius Caesar fell completely in love with Cleopatra that he gave her a throne in Egypt. Only men who are truly in their masculine energy and have a provider mindset will never ask what you bring to the table apart from your presence. Because the presence of a beautiful, elegant woman standing right next to him makes him look so good in front of other men. Here's what no one is telling you about. Men know that a woman is a reflection of himself. For a man to love you more, it was never about you doing more for him, but rather doing more for yourself. That's why you got to prioritize your own needs and happiness, especially after being in a relationship where there's a high tendency for women to revolve their lives around men. I can assure you that everything will fall into place once you truly understand this concept. Let me be clear. For a man to be resourceful from within, he has to be extremely aware of his responsibilities and financial standing. He must also possess the mental and emotional capability to meet your needs, as well as the ability to solve real issues and engage in deep, meaningful conversations. It's so incredibly frustrating when men do not ask questions beyond "what do you do for work?" or "what's your favorite color?" What I'm about to say next may trigger some of you, but the lack of depth in conversations often reflects the lack of emotional maturity, resulting in commitment issues. For most cases, men like this are narcissistic, and they never had any reason or incentive to take responsibility for their own ways of thinking and actions, because there wasn't anyone who would hold them accountable for stepping over the line, leading to poor emotional self regulation. That's exactly why certain highly attractive men or women are sometimes very emotionally immature or lack character development. The truth is, most women want to feel inspired by men who can teach them things in life so it makes their lives easier. There is nothing more unattractive than a man's neediness to constantly talk about himself to prove his worth. The same goes for women. There is nothing more unattractive than a woman's desperation to seek validation from men. Babe, please don't do that. If I can literally see right through you, it's obvious to men, and trust me, they won't take you seriously. The main question should never be, does he like you? But rather, is he qualified to lead you? I wish I knew this sooner, but a man who can love and lead well doesn't demand surrender or trust. Instead, he creates a safe space that's so unwavering that she lets go without being asked. With that being said, a wise man gains wisdom to thrive competitively and attain success through his sheer will and determination. You can feel his energy and confidence. He does not brag about his achievements to boost his ego. Instead, he shares wisdom about his life experiences and hobbies, as well as how he overcomes challenges at work. It's so much more interesting than a man who has nothing much going on in his life. Here's what no one is telling you about. The biggest red flag I've ever seen is when a man can't spend time alone. Being in solitude feels terrifying, like the world is about to end. If they constantly feel lost when no one is around or when they are not in a relationship, it just means that they're deeply disconnected from themselves. What most people fail to realize is that the real danger comes when they use your presence to avoid dealing with their own issues. That's a narcissistic man at its finest. His unwillingness to want to be better for himself speaks volumes about how he's going to treat you. If he doesn't love himself enough to do that, what makes you think he would go the extra mile to love you? Recently, I shared with my friends how I've noticed that men are always on the constant pursuit of women. Whether they're just out with the boys or by themselves, it just seems like they're in desperate need of a woman's validation. Why is that? Because there is prevalent scarcity in women who would not sleep with every man that approaches them. On top of that, research has shown that it is a status symbol for men to be married, as it has a profound impact on their career advancement. Many believe that marriage makes men more stable and responsible, often increasing their chances for promotions or selection for senior leadership roles. There is also an unspoken expectation that they must work even harder to ensure financial security for their families. With that being said, I believe that dating apps are built by men for men, though I doubt that there are high quality men on it. The single women I've met are mostly open to the idea of a relationship, but they are not desperately looking for a partner to fulfill them. What men often don't realize is that most women are thriving in their singlehood, so it takes more than just a kiss to win them over. I don't know if you're ready to hear this, but a real man doesn't ask to split bills, like ever. All they ever want is to impress you and make you happy, even if the date didn't go smoothly. A real man shows appreciation for your time, energy, and presence by getting the bill. It's as simple as that. From my first date when I was 19 till the most recent date when I turned 29, I've never been asked to split bills, nor have I been asked to meet him at the restaurant directly without a transport. They will always offer to pick me up at my place and drive me over, or book a taxi for me if they don't drive. But surprisingly, so many of my girlfriends have been asked to split bills on the first date. Don't get me wrong, it may be fine to some of you who believe in equality, but majority of the girlies I know do not want that. Honestly, I've never been in that situation, so if I were to go through that, I'll cover the entire bill and walk away. Come on, he is a grown man, so if he is not acting like it, you simply walk away and never look back. After all, you are not a rehab center for emotionally unavailable, low effort men. Have you ever seen a financially stable man in a relationship with a woman for 10 years without putting a ring on her? What I'm about to say next may trigger some of you, but most women don't seem to understand that their lack of effort to commit to the next level is not an invitation to try harder. Let that sink in. It is not a sign for you to bend backwards or try to earn the bare minimum from someone who has one foot out of the door. In reality, you are just a placeholder for him till he finds his dream girl that he will marry within a year. Whoever is watching this right now, may a love like this never find us.
Thank you for watching and bye!